Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading. I'm blowing my eardrums out. Hold on one second. For the week of June 8th. This week, you know what I love about your reading this week is just like simple. I think you're just going to have a simple, easy, kind of like laid back kind of week. Almost like a breath of fresh air. But it's like nothing really dramatic or mind blowing is going to happen this week. But it's kind of like just a nice little, just like you can just like take a little bit of a rest this week and just kind of like you know it's like you're just able to just take a step back and not have to really worry about anything this week. I think one thing that's coming up is that possibly you do have somebody who's jealous of you in your work position. I want to say that this is the same message has come up for you in the past. I could be very wrong, but I do think that you've had a similar situation, possibly at work or something like that, with somebody who's just like annoying or causing you problems or things like that. This card just asking you, it's just saying ignore them if you have this type of person in your life. On the flip side of that, this could indicate somebody who's interested in you. I think you do have love coming in this week. You have a lot of good, like, karmic love energy coming in this week. So I think that if you're single, that's on the table as well. So this could be somebody who is also interested in starting a relationship with you. And like I said, they would not embody the negatives of this card. They would just simply be an air sign person. I don't attach sex to my card, so male or female, who would have a youthful appearance. Typically jacks are youthful. They look younger than they are. They can even be a little bit immature, but like I said, this would be positive. This is coming in as a positive person if it's somebody who you're going to start a relationship with. And they would have darker features. They would have dark hair, darker features, even darker skin in a lot of cases. So that's something to look out for if you're single. Next, you have the Five of Spades. Now, this card always, traditional readers read this as a blessing in disguise. So, like, something that happens to you and you're like, why did that happen? And it's not something that's overly upsetting. It's not something that's overly bad or anything like that. But then you look back on the situation and you're like, oh, thank God that happened, because it's always like, if that didn't happen, then I wouldn't have been able to do this. This is like, you get offered a job and you don't have a job, but then for some reason you don't get the job. It's like it gets taken away from you, but then a week down the road you get offered a job that's like twice the pay. So it's like a blessing in disguise. That's what this card indicates. I feel like this is going to be happening to you this week. So if something happens to you that you think is negative or anything like that, just know that it's probably going to turn out to be a lot better down the road. And the change could come this week. Like, it could happen in the beginning of the week, and then by the end of the week, you look back and you're like, oh, thank God that I didn't take that job. Thank God I didn't get into that relationship, because I found something so much better at the end of this week. Next, you have the Eight of Hearts. I love this card. It just indicates good feelings, good energy, and things like that coming in. The Eight of Hearts, I always say, eights represent an exchange of energy. It's the infinity symbol turned sideways, so it's like this, like the energy you put out is coming back to you. This is, a gift from the universe. This is always like something good, something that you've wanted, and it's you getting it for all your hard work and things like that. That's what the literal translation is like a gift coming into you. So it could be love, money, pretty much anything coming into you. It doesn't really matter what, but it's always like good stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Next, you have the Jack of Clubs. Jack of Clubs is a good card to have. I would definitely say that this could be somebody else who's interested in you. Now that I think about it and kind of like look at it more, you could have multiple people interested in you. I think one of the other similar signs to you got this card and had a lot of people who are interested in them as well. So that'd be interesting. If you're single, that's what this would indicate, is that another person's interested in you. So if you are single, get out there. You have multiple people who could be interested in you and interested in starting a relationship with you. On the flip side, if you're already in a relationship, this could be somebody who's younger than you coming in and giving you good advice. I always say with this card that this is advice from like a younger person, younger than you, and you're like, you brush it off, but you shouldn't because it's always like really good advice. So if you're like a boss or if you're a higher up and one of your people comes to you who's like below, below you, not that anybody is below anybody else, but in a lower position or whatever, listen to the advice because this card's saying that advice is like good and you need to listen to it. So that's what that means. Like I said, very simple week. I think that's what the your message for the week is. Is that it's just going to be relaxing, simple, breath of fresh air. You're just nothing too mind blowing or crazy is going to happen. So thank you for watching your reading. Have a great week.